Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, another day ending in Y, and another time that, of course, a little woke psychopath out there and all of the cult out there absolutely melts down for anybody disagreeing with them in any way, shape, or form. And boys and girls, that comes to us none other than today's Disney's Winnie the Pooh. The voice actor out there decided to make one little statement that seems like he might allegedly be in line and have voted for the evil Donald J. Trump out there, boys and girls, that he might be a conservative, or it might at least be a person with some kind of common sense and half a brain inside of his head. And well, ladies and gentlemen, children of ages, as we all know out there, if you step one single toe out of line with the cult, they will bash you, they will go after you, they will try to deperson you in every way, shape, or form that we have ever seen. And boy, I'll tell you what, that's so nice to say that guess what, you woke cultist little psychopaths out there, you have no power anymore, Goblin King. And it's a beautiful thing to see, because the support this guy is getting has absolutely been wonderful to see out there, and all of these little meltdowns out there is hilarious, and these people deserve to be mocked, ridiculed, and shamed, boys and girls, because we are making shame great again around here, and these people deserve that. And absolutely, this voice actor Jim Cummings absolutely deserves all of our support out there, proving the fact that guess what, boys and girls, cancel culture has no power anymore. So as you can see over here from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet Montanero, Disney fans turn on Winnie the Pooh as voice actor Jim Cummings attacked online after alleged support of Donald Trump. Oh yes, boys and girls. The big old evil Donnie boy out there that, oh, I don't know, the overwhelming majority of Americans voted for and supported in the last election. Yes, yes, yes. God forbid you actually agree with the majority of people out there in any way, shape, or form. But because you're in Hollywood, oh, the horror of the fact that you might actually not be a complete and total cultist, might be an independent-minded thinker out there with your own ideas, your own thought processes out there. No, no, no. You cannot have that, boys and girls. And these meltdowns are absolutely delicious. They are beautiful, and it is so funny to see. So we're going to check all this wonderful stuff out and give you all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Are you glad to see that this guy is out here making his voice and opinion heard out there on social media and watching all of these little wokies melt down? Do you think he will actually end up backtracking on this, or do you think that the tides have really turned and he will stick by his guns going forward and not apologize to this mad cult out there? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. Oh, bother indeed. There you go, Montanero says over at thatparkplace.com. Jim Cummings, the beloved Disney voice of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Darkwing Duck, which I didn't even know, and that is so awesome. I love Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. And many other iconic characters is being attacked by unhinged fans over alleged support of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. To put this in perspective, Jim Cummings' huge crime in the eyes of these fans, quote unquote, is simply stating that Trump, the former U.S. president who presided for 4 years in office, isn't Hitler. I know, crazy concept out there. I know, strange concept. And it's like one of those situations where we get that these words don't actually have any meaning anymore, because this actually used to be an insult that was very legitimate. And now guess what? It doesn't mean anything more, because everybody actually knows the history from World War II. And what Donald J. Trump has been doing is nothing like that in any way, shape, or form, despite their canned response that we'll get into here in a second. Cummings responded to an X post made by Donald Trump parody account, which shared an image of a woman holding a sign that said, "If Trump isn't Hitler, then I'm a moron." And of course, the parody account asked, "Thoughts?" ? And Jim Cummings replies, "Who is this moron?" Obviously agreeing with the sentiment out there, making it very obvious that he agrees with the sentiment that anybody that thinks Trump Hitler is absolutely a moron. Because yes, comparing to somebody from the bad guy from World War II is dumb and ridiculous in the modern era, and absolutely takes away from all of the horrific tragedy that actually happened during World War II and all of the evil things that man actually did. He's an absolute monster, is despised by everyone universally out there except sick psychopaths out there, and comparing anybody out there to him in the modern day, well, boys and girls, that's just not a fair comparison, and it's completely and totally disrespectful to the memory of all of the people that lost their lives in World War II. But hey, of course, actual historical context doesn't matter to the woke psychopaths, so of course they're having a meltdown and completely and totally freaking out. So the longtime Disney voice actor responded by simply saying, "Who is this moron?" After that innocent, seemingly joking statement, people lost their minds, because of course they did. This person here, Claire, allegedly, although considering the fact that they've literally got the trans flag on their bio, it's probably a dude who thinks he's pretty, says, as someone who grew up with your Pooh and Tigger, this is incredibly heartbreaking. Oh, yes, somebody supporting common sense and the actual reality out there. Oh, it's just so heartbreaking to find out that somebody that voiced the characters that you've known and loved is actually a common sense person and not completely and totally crazy and deranged like the rest of Hollywood. I know, the horror, the horror. This one, who apparently has already deleted their post out here, says, Jim, you've disappointed millions of people today, says Mr. Kioski, CEO of Screams, over there on December 1st, 2024. But apparently after enough of the backlash, they deleted their tweet, which is why it's not hyperlinked here anymore. But oh, we're not done right there. Theory will be, there will be blood. The Freddy Krueger Skarger account out there says, and now we know you're a rapid piece of shit. Typical hateful geriatric boomer. Oh, yes. You mean all of those boomers out there who have supported all of your crazy ideology out there? Yes. Because, you know, the boomers all think exactly the same. It's not like they're responsible for most of the hot garbage nonsense that we've gotten us into. No, no, no. But I mean, look at this right here. This is absolutely insane. You're a rabid piece of shit. Oh, I think you probably meant rabid. But at the exact same time, it's still really funny to see that kind of thing. I mean, look at this guy. I did not realize how many people he voiced out there throughout his career. I mean, this is absolutely insane. I mean, like literally, you've got Shredder right here. You've got Baloo. You've got Scar. I mean, you've got the Cheshire Cat. I mean, look at all of this kind of stuff out there. And yeah, I didn't know about the Donald Duck thing or the Darkwing Duck until I saw this. I mean, Tigger, obviously Winnie the Pooh. I mean, this guy has a storied career. This guy has brought joy to billions of children around the world by voicing all of these different characters. This guy is an absolute legend. But of course, none of that matters to the cult out there if he steps even a single toe out of line, boys and girls. Here's another one. Andrew Hish, which of course, color us shocked there. He's got a Ukraine flag in his bio, right there in his name. Because yes, nothing says independent and really sticking it to the man out there and being down for the little people than supporting nothing more than a proxy war. So that way, all of the crazy psychopaths, all the elites out there in Washington, D.C. can protect their money laundering scheme. Yeah, there's nothing like being big with Big Daddy government to really say that you're for the little people now, isn't there? So, of course, Andrew Hish has your typical meltdown. What happened to you, Jim? What the hell happened to you? Oh, I know, the tragedy, the horror that he might not think exactly like you. The Rogue Clown, which is probably an accurate name for their status out there. The old man that doesn't know he just destroyed his legacy. Oh, yeah. Oh, the old man doesn't know that he just destroyed his legacy. Oh, really? Explain that to me then while your cult constantly loses. You just lost an election where the majority of people in the United States told your ideology to go fuck itself. You have lost hundreds of billions of dollars. Disney fired all of its activist folks. We heard it from former Pixar employees that Disney flat out said they are done with gay stuff when it comes to all of their children's entertainment out there. So explain to me again exactly how this man has destroyed his legacy and the fact that all of you activists out there, you still believe that you will be on the right side of history, that you will still end up winning out. And that shows you how delusional and deranged all of you cult activists out there. You people have been brainwashed to believe your ideology and your ideology only is the only one that's acceptable in polite society. And you just got a big smack right to the face of your ideology and of your cult nonsense, not only with the last election, but all of the billions of dollars. Even Disney itself is changing its tune, boys and girls. So no, I don't think anything at all is going to happen to this Winnie the Pooh voice actor. If anything, hell, because Disney's trying to move conservative, as we've heard about with ABC and a lot of the rest of the organizations, they'll probably promote him and put him in even more things out there, trying to fix their bastardized and destroyed image by deciding to bet and side with you woke cultists out there who, guess what, don't pay the bills. And of course, he's got some support as well. None other than Jeremy Prime, D-Day Cobra himself, says, "Hail, Jim over there." And that's the kind of reaction you're getting from most of the people out there. This is one of them situations where this is what we're going to continue to see going forward. It is now finally safe for a lot of people to come out there and make their voices and opinions heard, as it always should have been. Do I care what a voice actor thinks about politics? No, I don't give two craps about them. They're adult pretenders. They get filled with other people's ideas and heads, but it's it's so nice, it's so refreshing to really see the wind change in the culture where somebody like this has now gone out and actually been able to voice his opinion and make it known to the world. And guess what? All of these woke activists out there, Goblin King, you have no power over me or anyone else again. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So what do I think he's going to get any backlash from Disney over this? No, not in the least. The only backlash this guy is going to get is from all of those rest of those little woke psychopathic cultists out there who continue to scream down and melt down over all people, anybody out there disagreeing with them in even the slightest. And boys and girls, these people need to be shamed because for far too long, way too many people in power have listened to these people believing that they were actually going to show up, that they were the new hot thing. And it all turns out that they have lost billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars trying to bet and try to side with all of these woke cultist activists out there. Now to find out that guess what? These corporations were just feeding you lip service to begin with. At the end of the day, they worship the almighty dollar more than any of your cult activists, more than any of your diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense. And you are now finding that out. Your ideology is could end up going the way of the dodo. And no matter how many times we back you down and push you back into a corner, we know evil will never truly be destroyed. It will only change forms and come back again. And we will not have it. We were going to be good stewards on the wall. We are going to be good watchmen going forward. And we are not going to allow this kind of infection to ever take root and hold itself together. And that is the beautiful thing. That is what's making this voice actor out here actually come out, Jim Cummings, and be able to be able to actually tell the truth and actually express his opinion without fear of backlash anymore. And that's a result of every single one of you out there. It doesn't matter if you voted in the election. It doesn't matter if you've decided to ignore going and seeing a Disney movie or to not give any of these major woke corporations any of your money out there. You all out there are the reason why this tide has turned. You are the reason why Jim Cummings thinks he can come out here and say this kind of stuff and post this kind of stuff out on social media without fear of a bunch of backlash or losing his job, because things have truly changed, boys and girls, and that is a beautiful thing to see. So go ahead, continue having your meltdown, all of you little wokey cultist activists out there. Please, by all means, cry and whine some more, because we will continue to make videos over you. We will continue to shame you and your ideology going forward, because that's exactly what you deserve. Boys and girls, shout out to Jim Cummings for making his voices heard. Glad to have you at the table, buddy. And at the end of the day, boys and girls, let's make more of these wokies cry and shame them out there out of polite society, because boys and girls, if nothing else, documenting these disastrous dumpster fires is making shame great again. And that's exactly what these people deserve.